She made headlines as the twerking flight attendant who lost her job after this video went viral.
I didn't think... I didn't think that, you know, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself like hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her.
What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period.
Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
Twerking is a beautiful act. I love to twerk. I'm Jamaican. I love to have a good time. But I don't think my boss, my coworkers have ever seen me twerking. I don't think anybody I've worked with have really ever seen me twerking. I really want to keep those lives separate. She's a beautiful, sexy woman, but she outright was showing off this sexy part of her. I think it's really giving sexual, you know? Before, when she was pulling her suitcase around and just doing her thing, it wasn't giving sexual then. It wasn't. But now it is. So it's inappropriate. It's absolutely inappropriate, and rightfully so.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
A representative from Alaska Airlines tells us they don't comment on personnel matters.
She's twerking on the job. You just don't do that. If the job made it very clear to her that they have a social media agreement in the contract where, you know, she signed, she agreed to this, and here she is in her uniform on their airplane and basically in the office doing this, they can absolutely fire her. I know sometimes for flight attendants, I think what they say is that your time doesn't actually start until, you know, people start boarding the plane or the plane takes off or something like that. But still, like, you're in the office, you know? You don't show up to the office at 7 o'clock and start twerking and doing all kind of crazy stuff on TikTok just because your shift starts at 9 o'clock. That's just not it. You're using the office space right now. You're representing yourself using the brand of the company you work for. It's just not aligning. So it's within fair game. It's crazy, it's sad, but it's fine.
I must admit, I'm slightly disappointed seeing how you're dressed today.
So I've had an email from a lady in HR about my dress attire for work. Apparently it's inappropriate. I don't think it's too bad.
Hi Matt, can I have a quick chat? Are you free? Okay, basically, I had an email from Paula this morning basically saying she's not happy with what I'm wearing to work. It's like distracting.
What was she referring to?
I mean, like, this dress was like an example.
I think it's appropriate work attire.
Okay, well that's the main issue, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so today is the day. I've got my meeting with Paula, help me. So I'm basically in a blazer, so she can't be mad. Or can she? It is low cut. Who cares? Let's see what she says.
I must admit, I'm slightly disappointed seeing how you're dressed today.
Okay.
Following on from the email.
I did speak to Matt and he said there was no issue.
Right, well, I haven't spoken to Matt. Really, I don't think he was in a position to say what he did. We do need to address this issue because we are having comments from other members of staff.
I don't think that's my fault if I'm distracting other members of staff. That's not on me, Paula. That's kind of on them.
The comments I've had that you're begging attention.
Okay. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, noted.
Are you going to do anything differently?
Sure, guess I will go shopping this weekend. Thank you very much for your time, I suppose.
Right.
The HR lady's right. Matt had no right to say what he had to say. Matt thinks you look beautiful, probably. I'm sorry, but even this girl, when she did her little twirl around, you could see how beautiful she looked. You could potentially see the print of her underwear, Matt talking about there's nothing wrong, the HR lady's right. Matt doesn't have any authority here to tell you anything. He can like your outfit as your friend, as your coworker, sure. He may not be the one distracted, or he may not want to announce his distraction, and it may not be, you know, I mean, man, not to be like I would be distracted. I wouldn't be distracted. I'd be happy to be working with someone who looks this nice. It'd be a nice thing to look at, you know. But if this is what you do all the time and you're in my face and you're probably like hypersexual because of it, yeah, maybe I'll complain to HR, but I've never been in a position like this. But I think the HR lady is more than nice. Some may say she's jealous of this young office girl with her beautiful body, all this other stuff, but sometimes it's just really not that complicated.
I just got home from a job interview. And they told me that I'm not gonna get the job because of my outfit. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me calm down. This was gonna be my first job, and I prepared. I Googled what to wear to a first interview, you know, and this is basically what came up. Yeah, I mean, I added these because I wanted to like add a little bit of myself, you know, because I wanted to stand out, and I kind of just wanted to kind of be like the office siren. Tell me this is an office siren. And based on what I saw there, yeah, they were in desperate need of an office siren, so I guess the joke's on you.
We don't care. Your outfit is not appropriate. Those fishnets, that skirt, all that thing, inappropriate. Some office you can dress like that, other offices you can't. You just have to figure out where aligns with you as well and see if you can pull that there. Because I've worked for companies before where I've worn tight dresses, form-fitted dresses, like, okay, you can see the body, you can see the T, you can see all the good things. And I was younger and I could tell that people were kind of like experiencing my body and, you know, enjoying looking at it, all that good stuff. But I could also tell that it would help me in my job because of the role I had, but also it would, on the flip side, make me also feel a bit uncomfortable because of the amount of people that were looking at me, and I knew why they were looking at me. They weren't looking at me because they thought I was like smart, I was saying something like beautiful. No, they were looking at me because my body was T. Hello? You guys don't know me, but my body is T. Anyways.
Another young person doesn't get the job. If you follow me, you know from time to time I run deep background checks for Fortune 500 companies, some Fortune 100, some other larger companies. I ran another one today, and I mean, you know, the very first video I ever posted, it got almost 2 million views, 1.7 million views, I don't know how many it was, where a woman didn't get a job because of a video that she had posted online years earlier. Now the new thing is young people aren't getting their jobs because of videos that are coming up that are pretty recent. And I just wanted to come on here and just elaborate on the fact that everything you do online lasts forever. Every time you're in public, chances are there's a video camera facing toward you somewhere at some time. So this woman, another woman, interesting that most of the time it's a young woman, it was up for a job at a really large company, and they asked me to do the final deep background check on her, which is a facial recognition, the voice recognition, all the crazy stuff that I do, all the crazy AI and technology stuff that I do. But this video came back, and in this video, she's protesting, you know, free Palestine, and she's saying some pretty crazy stuff about Jewish people. And some Jewish people are there counter-protesting, and she's saying some pretty bad stuff to them. And this was an upper management position. I mean, she's I'm not gonna tell you how old she is, but she's not a kid. She's in her late 20s. And this was going to be cool. This was probably $150,000, $160,000 all in with benefits, everything. I looked her up. I saw that she was posting about it. She actually posted about this job and about how excited she was about to get this job and how she was in the final running. And she kind of took her social media people through this. But I turned that video in today, and she's not going to get that job. How could she do this to herself? If she wants something from someone who the owners of the company happen to be Jewish, by the way, which I can't even make that shit up if I tried, you're always being recorded. Especially if you're in a crowd of people or protesting and you're screaming and yelling or any of that, you're always being recorded. And I can find you. It doesn't matter if the video is erased. It doesn't matter if somebody else posts the video. It doesn't matter if somebody in Timbuktu posts the video. I will find it. Facial recognition, 146 different places on your face. It is 99.999% accurate. It counts the hairs in your eyebrows. It counts the hairs in a square centimeter on your head. It counts the distance between your eyes, the distance here between your eyes. Your ears, how your ears line up with one another. It is scary stuff. You're destroying your careers. You may be destroying your lives because, again, men are running deep background checks on women before they ask them to marry them because they've become so much cheaper than they used to be. They used to cost $2,500. Now they cost $1,000 or less. It depends on what level you want to go to. So all I'm saying to you, and this is all I'm going to say, is if you want something from someone else, if there's ever going to be a moment in your life where you're going to want something from someone else, stop posting shit on the internet. Stop getting involved in this shit that's going to make you less desirable as an employee or less desirable as a spouse. So there you have it. This is a 5-minute rant, public service announcement, whatever you want to call it. Sometime you're going to want something and you're not going to get it because of the way you acted. And when I was a kid, it wouldn't matter because nobody had it on video. Everyone has you on video. Everyone has everything you do on video, everything you say. You have to assume you're being recorded. Just don't do it. If you want something, don't do it. You want to be successful? Don't do it. You want to be an influencer and work for yourself? Fine, do whatever you want to do. But don't post any rants. Don't say bad things about people. Don't say bad things about your country. And certainly don't do anything sexual. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do in front of your parents.
As he said, what you put on the internet stays there forever. Companies check in to make sure, people are aligned with their values. And yes, it's your online persona, but when you work for a certain company and you're presenting yourself in a certain way, this impact can be greater than you think it is. And a lot of times people tell you, they will check you, People may share the extremes of when they're getting fired, but do they share when they're getting these warnings? People get warnings all the time. If you guys like this video, definitely leave a like. Let me know what part you agree with. If you agree with anything I've stated, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.